Welcome back to episode 3 of Factorio Vanilla. In the first 2 episodes we got the basics of everything started. We've got smelting set up for iron, we've got coal, iron, copper, stone set up. I think in this episode we're going to try and get the first furnace setup going for copper, and we're going to start trying to automate belt. So we're going to need more stone probably, because we're going to need a fair number of furnaces, and we're probably going to need a fair bit of iron as well in order to actually get the belt running for everything. At the same time, we're going to do a little bit more manual research just to actually get assembly machines ready. So start that running, and going to need 2 splitters, 1 underground belt. Going to need a good number of inserters. So this is all my iron just disappearing, and the rest of that can go onto belts because that's all going to be needed fairly soon. So, do we have any furnaces ready? No, we don't. In that case, we're going to have to wait for the furnaces to be ready before we can actually start putting them down. That wasn't quite well thought out by you there. But not to worry, we can still lay some of this prep work down. So that should be about the right distance apart to put these in. And this is going to be our input line, this is going to be our input line, and then this is going to be our output line for both sides. Which means that, same as before, we're going to have something similar to this, maybe a little bit neater than this because I bungled this up a bit. But we'll get all this coming together. We'll get copper coming across from way over there, and we'll probably sort of expand the copper mining just a little bit as well, because at the moment there's only one mining drill over there and that's not going to cut it. But that's all the belt that we've got at the moment. So in the meantime, just trying to duplicate what we've got over here for now while we wait for lots of things to finish crafting. And speaking of finishing crafting, I think our science packs are done, which means we can pop them in the lab, start getting that science done, which will give us access to our first manufacturing plant. So we're going to need a lot more inserters than we currently got. That's not too bad though, we can work with that. Of course we're going to need more copper first to do it. So run all the way over here again. And at this point, let's get another box ready so that we can have some output going on. Because at the moment we can only store 50, or only store 100 copper plates in here at a time, and that's not going to last us very long. But in the meantime, let's get all those going as well. So we've got quite a queue on the construction order coming through, and back across the furnace area so we can start putting more belt in. And actually we don't need that bit there, or that bit there, so we can trim that back a bit. This can run along and it runs straight out. And that can go up there to form the outside belt feeding into the centre. So we've started to get our furnaces ready, and there's our technology done, so we can now get our first assembling machine. And after this, things should start to pick up pace. Because we've now got, well, as much iron as we can handle. Soon we'll have as much copper as we can handle. And we won't have to wait for me to keep handcrafting everything every time we need it. So I think we're off to a reasonably good start. Still waiting on those inserters, but while that's happening, we can plug some of this in. So one for there, one for this side. That goes in, comes from there. That can go there. Coming across under the belt. Now we need to link this in somehow. And we're still going to have problems here. Because I can't put a splitter there. Actually, I suppose I could put a splitter there. So that can go there. Take this out. Gonna have to wait for more iron. Put some more splitters in. So if we put a splitter there, we can then run this one up to connect to this. So that will come in and bring coal under. This will take coal into the splitter. And we can carry the copper ore in from, if we've got enough space. Now I want to go around the top of this because otherwise we're going to be trying to cut through the belt, which is no good when we've got to come from up here anyway. So let's take it from there. And that's as far as we can go with that so far. So we're going to need more belt. There's always need more belt. In a moment we can start getting our first machines built to actually start building our factory for us. So splitter can go in there, that's that done. We still need the power lines along here as well as our inserters. So they will only take a minute or two to pop in. There you go. Now, some people like to build their first furnace columns in such a way they can expand it out to electric furnaces, but I find that electric furnaces come late enough in the game that by the time you've got them, you can then just rebuild everything and replace it anyway. So that's why I'm not making them electric furnace compatible from the start. So we've got enough coal coming in for everything, yes. We're going to need a lot more belt, and doing it that way is a bad idea, so let's make them 5 at a time, because at least that way, by the time we get over there, I will have some to use. Whereas if I did all 300 at once, well, we would still be waiting for it all to complete. So that's now ready. And same as the iron, we can run some horizontal belts along here, turn that sideways, and as soon as that empties out, we can empty this furnace completely, take that away, and we've got the start of our automated copper smelting. Now we are going to need more mining arrays there. Oh, that's run out of fuel, so let's swap that round. We can pocket that for now. This has not run out of iron. Ah, there you go, that's run out. So May as well let this continue running on for now because it's not doing any harm. Although I don't actually need to keep going to there anymore, so let's just temporary measure. Pop in there, pop that on there, so we can actually make use of it now going into there instead. That will allow this to run down. When this runs down, we can remove that as well, and we're one step further along the path to actually just having everything ready and automated for us. So, talking of automation, the next thing we want to do is go get some copper. And we've got our first copper coming through. Fantastic timing. That will allow us to make our first assembly machine. And the first assembly machine is going to be making belt, because otherwise it's going to take me forever to handcraft all this belt. So let's cancel all that for now. And double check, belt needs iron plate and iron gears, which means we actually need 2 assembly machines, one to make the iron gears and then one to put the iron gears and the iron plate together to make belt. So that needs more copper. So this is only a very temporary structure. It's not intended to actually be here long term. So it doesn't actually matter too much where it goes. Just trying to put it somewhere for now that is easy to reach. And we can sort of load it up, let it go, and that will take up our excess copper, sorry, our excess iron, give us lots of belt. I don't know if you know this, that if you're new to the game, if you have a belt, a chest and you don't want to fill all of it, you can limit it so that only that would be filled up, or only this would be filled up, or only this amount would be filled up, so you would only fill those slots, not the ones in red. I'm going to want a lot of belt, so I'm not going to limit this at all. What I do need to do is set what I want the machine to make. So that can make iron gears, this one can make the transport belt itself. So iron goes in, turns into gears, is handed over. Iron goes in, is mixed with the gears to make belt, which comes out by here. So that's our first step of automation completed, and there's a lot more to go. So, next step, we are going to need more mining drills, and more mining drills need more copper. And I don't need to carry all this iron, so that can go in there. I'll pick up all of those. Once you get started, you don't really need to buffer things like iron and copper too much, but certainly while we're getting things on the go, it's useful to have a pool of spare resources lying around. So let's not wait for those to complete. We'll go place these, then we'll come back and place the wooden chests as soon as they're made. So you can see if you look down here how long something will take to make. So with 50 odd gears to go, it's going to take another 25 seconds, and then the electric mine drills take 2 seconds each. So we're looking at about 90 seconds, maybe 2 minutes to actually complete those. In the meantime, let's run down here, because how are we doing with iron ore? Iron ore's actually starting to back up, so we've got enough production there. And at the same time, that has finished doing what it needs to do, so we can take that out. So that is enough for now. We're probably going to have to up our coal production to keep pace with all this. So first of all, let's add some power poles to actually make these work. And same down here. We are finished with this one. Nope, not finished, but we will be soon. So that's our copper furnace setup as well, and we can take this off the belt to keep it safe until we need it there and there. So the next step is to start automating research, because I don't like handcrafting science packs every time, and science packs are pretty essential to the game because you've got all of these different researches to do, culminating in the rocket silo, which is our aim for this playthrough, to get to the rocket silo, to build the rocket silo, and to launch a rocket. But we've got a long way to go before we can get there, because we've got to go through a lot of these. So what do we want next? I think we are going to want optics, so that you guys can actually see what we're doing. So let's start that now anyway. It won't progress until we put some research packs in, and research packs come from here. So you've got the red science packs 1, green science pack 2, you've got blue science pack 3s, which will come later on, and then you've got the final stage, which is the science pack 4. Now all this will change in a couple of months with the next version Alpha 15, but for now that's what we're going to do. So straight away we're heading into trouble because we've got to get rid of this copper patch, but we've also got to make our way through here in order to actually start a main bus. So I think for now I'm just going to put 2 assembly machines together, get them to output into a lab, so that will start the automated science going, and all this then will get moved later on once we've got a bit more advanced. So it's going to be gears and copper, and yes, we do have long-hand inserters, that's good. So iron can go in, iron gears can come out, copper can go in, and science packs can come out. In fact, I think we can probably support 2 labs with this. So let's just build a second one and move this one from there to there, and we need to power everything, which means once again more electric poles. While we're waiting for that, let's set this to be gear wheels, set that to be science packs, so those are now ready. All we need now is the one last lab complex and some power poles to make the whole thing go. So that can go there, that can go there, and we have now, to a very limited extent, automated science. Obviously as we go on I'm going to want to scale this up. So I think that's our milestone achieved for this episode. What else can I do just before we finish things off? Got plenty of power, no problem there at all. We're not really running short on coal either, that seems to be doing quite well as well. So I suppose you don't really want to be watching me hack down trees, do you? I might do that offline in a moment. I know what we'll do. this is going to get in the way and it's going to frustrate me if it doesn't get got rid of. So as we're going to have to run the bus through it anyway, let's get our couple of mining rigs that we've got left in our pocket, get these on here, get those mining and feeding into the furnace column, and then we can call it a day after that. And once again, that's me out of a pickaxe, so need to make another one of those. So if you mouse over this, you can actually see how much ore is available in each square. So, oh, there you go. We've got our first piece of automated research complete. I don't know how far away the biters are in this, because as I said in the first episode, we are playing with biters. Therefore, we are going to need some defence. So let's move on to turrets for a second. But I reckon there's, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... about 70 squares here, about 600 in each, so I don't know, about 36,000 ore in total on this patch. That's going to take a little while to mine, but it should go down fairly quickly, particularly if we do something like this, and I might need a little bit more to do it with, so just quickly get some more iron, copper, 2 of those, and some chests. So instead of actually sending it onto the belt, I'm just going to mine it for now, get it going, and I can collect it later, pick the whole lot up, and just move the whole lot in one go then. So pop that there and there. So that will start this going. You can mine through some of it slowly, and as you can see, the different amounts of it are viewable over in the right hand side. And oh, there you go, another technology. Moving on from there, let's grab some walls, also as protection. But I think that's about it. So we're going to wrap it up there, and I will see you next time.